Rolling, everybody. Quiet.
Let's turn off Robert for this one.
Did I tell you JayZ was in the Epstein files too? Did I forget that part? JayZ was all over the Epstein files. All over it. All of that big pimping that JayZ was doing, he learned that from Jeffrey Epstein.
Talk with Drake and you told him to no longer respond to Pusha T.
I saw this going in a place that I feel would have ended his career if Drake would have put out the song that he had on him, and definitely would have hurt families, and you know what I mean. And we not in it for that. You know what I mean. That's not Drake's character.
When one of the most powerful names in music gets mentioned in federal documents connected to one of the darkest scandals in modern history, the internet doesn't just whisper, it explodes. And that's exactly what happened when the name Sean Carter, better known as JayZ, started trending alongside Jeffrey Epstein. No charges, no court case, just a document, a name, and millions of people asking questions. So, how did we get here? To understand why this even matters, you have to go back to 2019. That's when Jeffrey Epstein, the wealthy financier with elite connections, was arrested on federal charges related to trafficking minors. His name had already floated around for years, but this time it was serious. He owned multiple mansions, private jets, and famously, a private island in the U.S. Virgin Islands called Little St. James. Over time, it became shorthand for secrecy and power. Then, just weeks after his arrest, Epstein was found dead in his jail cell. Authorities ruled it a self-inflicted death, but the timing raised eyebrows worldwide. Cameras reportedly malfunctioned. Guards allegedly failed to monitor properly. Conspiracy theories took over social media. Memes flooded timelines. A single phrase echoed across the internet: he knew too much. From that point on, the public wanted names. People demanded flight logs, visitor lists, anything that revealed who had been around Epstein, because the biggest fear wasn't just what he did, it was who he might have had leverage over. Years passed, court cases unfolded, some high-profile figures faced consequences, others denied involvement, and the hunger for transparency never really died down. So when new batches of documents related to Epstein were unsealed, online detectives got to work. Buried inside thousands of pages was a tip submitted to the FBI in 2019. In that tip, an individual claimed they had been victimized in the 1990s and mentioned several powerful names, including Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter. Let's pause right here. An FBI tip is not a charge. It's not a conviction. It's not proof. It's a report submitted to authorities. Anyone can submit one. Law enforcement may investigate or may find nothing credible. Public records don't show that JayZ has been charged in connection to Epstein. That distinction matters, but once people saw the name, context didn't matter. Social media moved at light speed. Clips resurfaced, old interviews were reposted, headlines were reframed, and suddenly, decades-old rumors from hip-hop's past were back in the spotlight. One of the most talked-about topics involved Foxy Brown. In the mid-1990s, she was a teenage rap prodigy signed during the golden era of East Coast hip-hop. Over the years, there were whispers about her relationship with JayZ when she was very young. Both have publicly denied romantic involvement. But in moments like this, old speculation gets amplified. Then people started referencing lyrics from the legendary feud between JayZ and Nas. Diss tracks from the early 2000s were analyzed line by line as if they were sworn testimony. Fans treated rap bars like hidden confessions. Dame Dash interviews resurfaced. Old footage was clipped and reshared without full context. The internet began connecting dots, whether those dots were connected in reality or not. Another layer of discussion centered on JayZ's professional collaboration with R. Kelly in the early 2000s. At the time, allegations against R. Kelly were already circulating, though his criminal convictions came much later. Critics argue that working with controversial figures reflects poor judgment. Supporters counter that industry collaborations were common and don't imply shared behavior. And then came another twist. Nicki Minaj began posting and reposting content online that questioned JayZ's past. Her comments didn't present new evidence, but they amplified suspicion. When a superstar with millions of followers hints that some people listen, screenshots spread everywhere. Timelines flooded with debates. Some called it bravery, others called it reckless. Either way, the conversation got louder. Through all of it, JayZ remained silent. No public press conference, no lengthy social media defense, no direct address, just silence. Now, silence can mean many things. Legal teams often advise high-profile figures not to comment on unverified claims. Public relations strategy sometimes dictates that responding only gives oxygen to rumors. But in the court of public opinion, silence can feel like avoidance, and perception is powerful. The reason this situation hits so hard isn't just about one name in one document. It's about a larger pattern that's shaken public trust in the entertainment industry. We watched Harvey Weinstein fall from Hollywood titan to convicted offender. We saw R. Kelly sentenced after years of allegations. We've witnessed powerful figures once thought untouchable face consequences. Each case reinforced a new cultural mindset. Fame does not equal innocence. So when a billionaire rapper with decades of influence gets mentioned, even without charges, people assume there must be more beneath the surface. But here's where clarity matters. As of now, there is no public record showing JayZ has been charged with crimes related to Epstein. Being named in an FBI tip does not equal guilt. In high-profile investigations, countless names can surface through claims that are later dismissed or unproven. The internet doesn't always wait for that nuance. What fuels situations like this is timing. In an era where social media thrives on exposure culture, any whisper becomes a headline. Every rumor becomes and once something trends, it rarely disappears fully. Another reason this topic gained traction is JayZ's status. He's not just a rapper. He's a billionaire businessman, a cultural, married to Beyoncé, a symbol of hip-hop success reaching corporate heights. When someone that powerful is even loosely connected to a scandal, it feels seismic. There's also a psychological factor at play. People often believe that extreme wealth must hide extreme secrets. Fair or not, that suspicion sticks to billionaires. Still, suspicion isn't evidence. It's important to separate verified facts from online speculation. The unsealed Epstein documents contain massive amounts of material, many pages referencing individuals without establishing criminal involvement. Context can get lost when screenshots circulate without explanation. That doesn't mean questions shouldn't be asked. Transparency is healthy in any society. Holding powerful individuals accountable is essential, but accountability requires proof. Right now, what exists publicly is this: an unverified tip mentioning a name, old rumors resurfacing, celebrity commentary fueling debate, and a public figure choosing not to respond. That's the reality. And here's the bigger picture. The entertainment industry has changed. Fans no longer idolize blindly. They investigate, they screenshot, they archive. The internet remembers everything. In previous decades, rumors faded. Today, they get revived instantly. This story also reflects a cultural shift where audiences expect immediate explanations. If a celebrity doesn't address something within hours, people assume guilt. But legal processes move slower than hashtag. So where does that leave JayZ? In a gray area. No charges, no official accusations in court related to Epstein, but a name that appeared in documents tied to one of the most notorious cases of our time. For supporters, that's not enough to question his legacy. For skeptics, it's enough to stay alert. And that tension is exactly why this conversation won't die easily. The truth is, massive scandals have trained the public to believe that powerful people protect each other. Whether that belief is accurate in every case is another debate. But once trust erodes, rebuilding it becomes nearly impossible. What happens next depends on facts, not viral clips. If new evidence emerges, it will shift everything. If nothing surfaces, the story may slowly fade, but the internet rarely forgets entirely. At the end of the day, this situation highlights something bigger than one artist. It shows how quickly narratives form in the digital age. It shows how allegations, even unproven ones, can reshape public perception overnight. And it shows how power, secrecy, and fame will always attract scrutiny. So now the question turns to you. Do you believe public figures should address every rumor immediately? Or is silence sometimes the smarter move? Does a name appearing in a document automatically change how you see someone? Or do you wait for legal proof? One thing is certain. The Epstein case continues to ripple through industries years after his death. And whenever a new name trends, the world watches. This story isn't finished. Not because we know something explosive is coming, but because in the age of information, nothing ever fully closes. Stay critical, stay thoughtful. And remember, in moments like this, separating facts from noise matters more than ever.